Well, folks, welcome to this week's episode of A Sportsman's Life. Guess who I have got sitting right here? Mr. Weishuhn.
Well, good afternoon, good morning, or whatever it is, wherever, right?
Wherever they're listening, and Mr. Jeff. We're
Hi,
down
folks.
here. Yeah, we're on Jeff's ranch, the Buck and Bass, and Larry has got the Dragon Claw. It's a new endeavor for Mr. Weishuhn right here. He's going to use the Dragon Claw with an air bolt, which we don't have it loaded right now, but it's a bolt with a broadhead. And it shoots, well, Cape Buffalo have been shot, you know, clean through with them, Larry.
Absolutely. Keith Warren, I shot Cape Buffalo, or not, what, about two years ago, something like that? And I think there was a young lady out of Wyoming that was an extreme huntress one year, too.
With an air gun.
With an air gun. Well,
yes.
That was with an air gun,
That's
but I think with Keith it was an air bolt. And you're right. I've shot all kinds of things, and this is going to be a new endeavor for me, because I think the last time I shot anything with an air gun was I can't remember the number of years. I really don't want to recall the number of years.
One of these?
It was an old Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. I think it's probably the last thing I shot. So.
Well, they've come a long, long way. This is you know, Dragon Claw, Air Venturi. They're available at Pyramid Air, of course, a lot of places, but this thing is capable any deer. It's, of course, legal in Texas for deer hunting, and it is a hammer for hogs, especially with that air bolt that you're going to be using, Larry. Jeff?
I was going to say, don't forget, gentlemen, I've already harvested a hog with it.
Yes,
so,
that's right.
And you guys were there.
I was here when you did that. You're right. I was impressed with what it did, because that was a big bore, too.
Yeah, and I couldn't see that bolt fly out of that thing. It was so fast. It was amazing.
Well, this is like I said, it's a brand new deal, and for years, of course, I've been shooting Rugers, and to me, it's kind of going to be kind of like shooting one of my handguns, I think, in terms of the range, and even though I may stretch a little bit farther with the handgun occasionally with Hornady ammo, but this is something new for me, and I'm real anxious to try this afternoon, and even to do more of it coming this year. I know we're going to try to harvest a bunch of does with it, and then I'm going to try to do a couple of buck hunts and hogs, and who knows what else we might come up with by then.
The thing about the air gun, I've had a lot of people, I've actually started shooting air gun, the big bore air guns, folks, when Larry and I had a booth together at the Predator and Wild Hog Expo in Waco. That's, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Yes, sir, at least.
Well, that's where I first got introduced to the big bore air guns. John McCaslin said, hey, come over here and look at these with you know, the company that got that. And they sang, I said, wait a minute. And that was a 25 caliber, and then later these big bores came out.
Now this is a 50 caliber, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I was looking at the arrows earlier. Well, or you call them bolts, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Bolts.
Arrow will work. But the neat thing about what I enjoyed, Larry, and our folks listening, I was, you know, I've been hunting and shooting bows and everything for muzzle loaders, flintlock, a lot of stuff I'd shot. I didn't know anything about this, and learning about it to me was just so much fun, you know.
Well, when you first shared this with me, and I realized you could shoot a bolt out of it, I'm thinking, holy cow, that is really cool. Because, you know, for me, bow hunting is everything. I love to bow hunt. Anything with an arrow or a bolt, I'm all over that. And this thing was pretty amazing. When I shot that hog, boy, I tell you what, that hog went, what, 12 feet?
He went down.
He didn't go far.
No. And you're right. To me, I mean, I really appreciate people that hunt with a bow. If you ask me, generally somebody says, Larry, do you ever bow hunt? And I said, you know what? I did. And then I grew up. And this is kind of a grown-up version as far as I'm concerned when it comes to shooting an arrow, or I'm learning that they're called bolts out of these things.
But, like a crossbow, the bolt.
Yeah.
the cool
I'm
thing.
still having trouble with that because, you know, to me, when I think of a bolt, it's something that you just
Put a
gotta
nut on,
put a
tighten it
nut
up.
on,
That's right,
you know,
yeah.
and you tighten something with. So I'll probably call them arrows for a while. Still.
Well, that you and Jeff, I know Jeff's got a spot picked out. I know right where y'all are going. Your ranch hasn't been hunted, and about 13 corn feeders throwing corn every day.
They're here.
They're here.
They're here.
So I think, Larry, that you've got a really, really good chance of drilling a hog with that thing. We need some pork at Round County.
We're talking about grilling, by golly. Or you said drilling,
Yeah.
didn't you? When
Grilling.
you said that, I was
Well,
thinking
both.
about grilling.
Drilling, then grilling.
No, wait a minute. Yeah.
You drill, we
And then
grill.
you, I like that.
That's it. Yeah, but no, a good chance of getting one. I know that.
Well, we're gonna have fun regardless. I
You
can tell
bet.
you that much. It's
We've already had fun.
a little bit warm out here, folks. It's probably I don't know, mid-90s or so. It's a little bit humid, but you know what? That's not gonna stop us boys,
Nah,
right?
I was on the phone with Luke coming up here, and I said, Luke, I think, or maybe I was talking to Corey Mason this morning, the DSC, he came up here as well too, and of course he spent time in Athens as the regional supervisor for the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, and he said, well, what do you think about all that country over there? And I said, well, it's hot and it's humid, and there's African dust right now. And I said, I remember being in Africa, and just below the Sahara, both in Benin and Burkina Faso, and where it never cooled down below about 102 at night and up to the 120s during the daytime. And most of the time you couldn't see nearly as far as what we're seeing right now, even with the dust here. So, you know, to me, that's part of the adventure.
You bet.
I can't go to Africa this year, so Africa's coming to me.
That's right. There you go.
We're here.
Well, what do you say we gear up and
Absolutely.
we're going to head out to the woods, folks. We're going to see if we can't get on a hog. We're going to have some fun anyway. Luke's going to head on down to another blind.
Yeah, I've got another, my Texan, 45 caliber Texan
There you
Air
go.
Force air guns that I hunt a lot with. That same little, I've used the carbine, the shorter barrel, you
Yeah.
know. I think I've killed with that one 18 hogs. So we're going to make it 19, Larry. We
You're
need
right.
some.
And we'll be sure to get pictures for Val Lehman. Not Lehman, Val
Gammerman, yeah.
Gammerman. Val Lehman was an old-time biologist, by God.
Really? Well, yeah, Val Gammerman with Pyramid Air got you introduced
Yes,
to this.
sir, he did.
And
I appreciate that.
I see a bunch of grilling material being
Absolutely.
harvested.
Yeah,
Yep.
no question. No question. Well, let's go.
I'm
guys.
going to be armed with a camera over Larry's shoulder, so let's go get
Videographer.
one, huh?
You know, he probably won't miss. That's the good thing about having a camera. The cameraman very seldom misses anything. So
I hope.
hopefully I'll do my part.
All right, let's go get him,
All
guys.
right, let's go.
And I may have pulled it a little bit to the right when I shot. Good God.
Right through that sucker, didn't it?
It did. Wow.
Well, friends, I want to show you what I use for night hunting. This is the Wraith by Sightmark. It's a digital, it's not thermal, but you can use it for daytime hunting. It has a color mode, it's color during the day, and at nighttime for shooting hogs and predators out to, I've killed them out to 125 yards, but I sight in for that distance. You could shoot them a lot farther. Go online to learn more about the Wraith. You can go to sightmark.com and check them out. Absolutely awesome hunting tool for day or night. Well, folks, it is Luke Clayton, and I want to show you something right here that I am very, very proud of. My Gearhead bow. I've taken a couple of hogs with it, and I'm deer hunting. I'm down at the Bucket Bass Ranch at a buddy of mine's, and I'm going to be deer hunting. Let me show you something here. Now, this is the coolest thing in the world, and I am the first time I have ever shot a bow with a shoot-through riser. I'm going to look right at you here. There's a riser here. There's a riser here. Look at the arrow on this Gearhead bow, right in the middle. And if you think that doesn't make a difference, you know, for many, many years, me and I guess every other bow hunter been shooting one side of the riser or the other. This thing shoots straight through. Folks, check them out online. This is the bow that I hunt with, and I've got a lot, I love it, lots of confidence in it. GearheadArchery.com.
set. We're gonna try to get on a hog here, so stick with us.
Folks, as an old outdoors writer, I have used lots of products. Smoking Tex electric smokers, the best smokers that you can find. This is Diz and this is Scott, my buddies. Diz, tell them how they can learn more about Smoking Tex.
Yeah, obviously the #1 source of information is going to be our website. It's got hundreds of recipes, it's got helpful guides, it's got all of our models and our accessories listed there. Of course, we have a phone number, 888-922-1511, and we'll actually answer our own phones.
That's true. And Diz, the main thing, the easy way, smokingtex.com. You can learn all about it.
Correct. And of course, we're on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc. So take a look at us whenever you can, and whatever social media you'd like. And we look forward to working with you.
Well, friends, we went from hog hunting to catfishing. So last night we did not see a hog.
No,
Don't know why,
really
but
surprised, Jeff. I'll tell you what. We sat there until you couldn't see anymore. Had a storm move through, and I thought when that storm was coming in, I thought now they're really going to start moving.
The thunder.
Yeah. It was thundering up. It was thundering up a storm.
Larry, we have been here what, maybe 10 minutes?
No, you had. I think you
threw it out.
You threw it out, and immediately this one
He
started
nailed it.
working on
We
it.
need about, let's see, you can eat 3, I can eat 10 more. We'll have lunch.
Let's put
We
this
could
one
do
somewhere, and we'll see if we can't find
Let's
the rest
get
of
with
them.
it. We got another.
I got a stringer laying around somewhere.
That's
So
the thing. Turn a hog hunt into, it's all fun, but
Oh, you
who
bet.
knows what a hog's going to do? They decided not to move,
Well,
but we know there's a
Hogs
bunch
are
of
hogs, but this place is just so fantastic. I mean, with the habitat that's here, and then you got this here behind you, and then you got Lake Park just right behind you as well, too.
Yep,
Well,
fun stuff.
I
Amazing.
say we try to get some more catfish.
I
What
think
you
we
say?
do.
Let's have some more fun.
Let's
huh,
do
boys?
it.
All right.
I think we do.
Well, friends, we've caught, what have we caught? About 5 or 6 maybe already?
Oh yeah,
We got lunch.
that's
Yes,
right.
we
Got-
do.
got Fish fry happening.
Fun.
That one that you should have caught, Jeff, that makes up for another 2 of them, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that was a good one. There's some nice ones out there. They're just coming up to the surface and they're feeding on some of the fish food that we've got here in the Sweeney. Boy, I tell you what, they like that stuff, don't they?
Yeah, you know the neat thing. These are wild fish. We're not fishing in a pond. You know,
Right.
I mean, this creek it goes on and on, but this fish food every day. I think that's one reason there's such a concentration, because we have seen 8 or 10 up on top, just like in a stock pond. You know,
Yeah,
when
oh,
they,
yeah.
yeah, when they feed in a stock pond on a fish feeder.
Yeah,
So that works on lake fish too, doesn't it? You know?
sure.
Well, I'm sure, too, with that, you're pulling up a lot of little bait fish as well, too, because
Mhm.
they're coming in to probably eat what's left.
So Luke, tell our viewing audience what we're using for bait here.
Yeah, you know, this is not a commercial, my friends, but this bait is called Stick It, Magic Bait Company. And it's kind of interesting. About 10 years ago, Mr. Hampton, that owns Magic Bait Company, contacted me and wanted me to get a group of 4 fishing guides, catfish guides together. and they started with Formula A, and I think the final product was Formula G or something, this right here. But yeah, it's on the market. It's called Stick It, and it's, you might take a look at it. It's a really, it's not a foul bait, you know, not too strong smelling, but it does bring them in. And we've caught them.
Oh, it works fantastic. We've been catching them on it. And the nice thing about it is you can put it on your hook and your fingers don't stink like,
Exactly.
I mean,
it's good bait. I use a couple of tubs of it every summer, you know. But here, this kind of fishing will ruin you, Larry.
Oh man,
You know,
this is fantastic.
so easy.
It is easy, but I mean, you look at the surroundings that you have here too, with a little marshy area right back over here, you catfish, and there's no telling what else is in this creek right here, because it is connected all the way to Lake Park. So, like I said, with the fish food that you've had out, I'm sure that's attracted bait fish, which has attracted, you know, you Lake Record Park largemouth bass could be right there too.
could be, you bet. We've certainly caught our share of fish in this creek. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
A lot of fun, and you know, in the springtime, we tested the white bass fishing year before last, and just hammered them down here, didn't we?
We sure did.
It's just neat to have a place with hogs right. Well, like we've seen hogs on the bank right there
Yes, we
very
have.
often,
Yeah.
and pretty cool to have such a place, Jeff. You've done a lot of work here, buddy.
This is a little spot you can hunt and fish at the same time. I kind of like that. Although my wife and I come down here and sit, we'll fish, and I never bring a weapon down here. We're sitting down here fishing, and we always see hogs across the creek, and it's like, geez, we could be hunting too. But
Well, not only that, we've been sitting here, and I mean, the bird life here is phenomenal. There's something going on all the time, to where you're seeing all kind of little birds that you might not see anyplace else.
a creek is just an interesting place to be able to get back in here like this, and you know,
And,
get to a spot like
you know,
this. And
Jeff, for all of our friends listening, the truth is, across the creek, they can't see all this now, but across the creek is, well, it's the upper end of the lake, but it's probably, there might be a little water back there now, but on and on the bottoms, nobody's there except critters. And the cool thing, this is right on the edge of all that. Hogs bed up back there, they probably hogs have never seen any but a human, really.
likely so.
Yeah.
Likely so.
Well, I think I need to catch another fish.
Whoa, did you hear that one?
I'm watching those over there. I'll tell you what, they're just coming up and tailing and splashing and
Man.
carrying on.
They are
Well,
in
this
here.
is a way to turn a hog hunt into a fun fishing
Oh, no question.
You know?
Absolutely
You gotta
beautiful
be
morning.
versatile, you know, you got to be adaptable.
That's right.
Exactly, Larry. You bet.
It's all about good times in the outdoors. You know,
right.
you can be hunting, you
Yes,
can be
sir.
fishing, you can be sitting around a campfire, right, boys?
That's exactly right. And you know, I've learned through the years on any kind of an outdoor activity that you do, you know, if you just only have fun when you shoot the big buck or the big hog, if that's the only time you enjoy it, it's sad.
You're missing out.
You're missing out.
You're missing out.
Of course, I guess like every other, when I was a young man, it was all about getting one. But now I've learned to enjoy the rest of the story.
It's really, you know, it's just about being out there. You know, the harvest is a part of it, but it's not
all of it.
It's not all of it. It's certainly not. Some of the stories we've shared, you know, last night and this morning, sitting around having a good cooked breakfast, you know, pot of coffee, and stroll down here and do this. I mean, that's fun stuff.
Exactly. You bet.
And you know, if we didn't even catch a fish, we still had a good time.
Oh, absolutely.
But we have caught fish.
We have got
We got a bucket full. Yeah, we do.
And we're seeing
Good
all,
stuff.
like I said, I love looking at all the little birds. There's so many different little birds that I'm seeing here that I don't see where I normally am. And to me, that's part of the fun as well, too.
Yeah. One messing with you down there, Luke?
No,
Or is that you?
On the bottom now, so what we'd be waiting for is that torch start taking off, you know.
All right. A breeze. Did you feel that?
I have.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, that's what we need, a breeze.
can live with that.
Yeah.
It's been pretty still. It stayed that way yesterday until that little storm blew up. And finally got a cool breeze coming through there, but there was a while.
It lasted, what, about a minute?
Yeah. But that minute, ooh,
That was a good minute. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so let's make a plan. Let's think ahead here a little bit.
Okay.
Larry is all about catching big perch, big brim.
Yeah.
And there's a log jam down there. We know where it's at, and some deep water. I
bet.
just know that thing has gotta have some big. Get him, Larry. Bring him in, buddy. Another eater.
I was daydreaming when you said that.
Yeah, well, you're thinking about perch.
I was
and
thinking,
here we need to be
Dreaming perch, catching catfish. All right.
That'll make 2 nice fillets.
oh man,
You
yeah.
betcha.
You bet.
Look at that. Fun stuff.
That is fun stuff.
Here's some pliers here. We'll get him undone here in a minute. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Okay, a couple of
Add
more.
one to the pile there, my
Dos-
friend.
Dos filetes, is that right?
Yeah. Well,
That sounds good to me.
That sounds good to me too.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, we got it.
All right.
We about got a bucket.
Y'all, what are we doing? We want to keep fishing, or what? What time is it? 9?
We just go run around, whatever.
Let's go run around a little bit.
You want to go run around? We got a bucket full,
We
so.
got a bucket
I mean,
full.
we got more than well.
Did it? Don't tell me it
No.
moved. Larry,
I had just looked at it, and then I looked over to the right, and I couldn't see it, and I thought, "Oh my God!"
buddy, they might call you Mr. Whitetail, but after today, it may be Mr. Channel Cat.
I know I like to eat them. I'll tell you
I
that.
know that's true. Okay.
All right.
Well, what do we want? We'll roll everything.
Yeah,
in.
let's
Yep.
do that.
Let's roll her in and let's climb on the buggy and
Go look for a
we'll
hog.
go buzz around. You bet. All right, folks.
What it's all about.
We'll be back.
Hi folks, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton, and this ain't your grandpa's pump-up air gun. This is the Texan, made by Air Force Air Guns, and it's the most powerful production air gun in the world. A few years ago I started shooting these when they first came out. I actually had a chance to test. They didn't really need any testing, but to shoot one of the 10 prototypes when they first came out. Now this is the improved model. This tank pressures up to 3,625 PSI. This gun will develop, I believe it's 750 foot-pounds of energy shooting a 520 grain bullet. So this is your big daddy of air guns. If you want to get into hunting or shooting air guns, you know, you don't have to shoot a 520 grain bullet. I shoot a Nielsen specialty ammo bullet that's, I think it's 340 grains. But here you go. Check these out online. You can go to airforceairguns.com and check them out. But this is the one I've hunted with a lot. I've probably killed 30 hogs and a bunch of exotics, and I'm going to get after the deer here in Texas this year with it. airforceairguns.com.
Well, friends, the end result. What do you think?
I think, you know, hog hunting's special when it comes right down to it, but I'll tell you what, being able to go out and catch fish and then watch one of your really good friends clean them for you, now that's really special.
That's even better, yeah.
You're getting a good, nice pile of fillets, and then you and your wife be
absolutely
dining
perfect.
on these tomorrow probably, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. More afternoon.
All right, well, we'll get these filleted up, get you boys on the road. We want to thank you for visiting, Larry, as always.
I can't wait to come back. Thank y'all so very much for allowing me to be here. Luke and I will have a few more things to talk about on the radio, too.
It's been a blast, like always. I appreciate getting to spend time with both of y'all.
Well, it's mutual here. You guys are special, and you make me feel even more special, I'll tell you.
Well, it's kind of what friends are for.
That's right.
Amen.
That is, I've told people, you know, that not to get all philosophical here, but the big prize of my life is friends.
It is.
That's what,
Absolutely.
you know, and I've been fortunate. I have some good ones, and you guys are 2 of them. Y'all know that. Let me get back to work here. Enough of that.
Enough philosophizing?
Yeah, enough philosophizing.
All right, well, we're going to leave you with Luke filleting some fish, folks. We'll see you back here next week on A Sportsman's Life, and until then, be safe in the outdoors.